Fever, Grease, and Pulp Fiction are just a few of the reasons our first guest is one of the Hollywood's biggest superstars. His new movie, The Punisher, is in theaters now. Please welcome the one and the only John Travolta. That was fun.
Hi, everybody.
Well, you look really good. You look really, really good.
Well, thank you, Ellen.
Yeah. So now, it's not a big surprise that you just turned 50.
It's not a surprise at all.
Not anymore. No.
Well publicized. I had an awesome birthday.
I know. Tell us about your birthday. Sounds amazing.
My wife prepared it for a year, and I told her that I didn't want to do anything big. At 50, I'm out of breath from dancing.
Yeah. That's how I am every day.
So first I did, and then I decided not to because of the logistics and all that kind of thing. And she pulled off the party of the century.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It was amazing. And of course, I almost found out several times, but the dunce hat kept on getting bigger and bigger because I'd almost find out, and then she'd tell me some cover-up story, and I'd buy it, you know.
To hold something for a year, that is, I mean, it's one thing to plan a surprise party for a month, but because the hotel wasn't even opened yet.
No, that's correct.
I know that because I was there later, and I heard about the whole thing, and they had to rush to get it ready.
And the funniest thing was I arrived after more corporate jets had been at that local airport than I'd ever seen in my life.
In Mexico.
And I said to Kelly, I said, boy, that must be an awfully big golf tournament. And if I had looked closely, I would have seen, you know, OW, TC, all these celebrity initials on the jets. But of course, something in me made me ignore it. And I get to the hotel, and because she told them not to say surprise, everyone was quiet, okay? So I thought they were employees. Right?
You see Barbara Streisand, you think she's working there?
No, this is how dumb it got. I swear to you, this is how dumb it got. I looked there and I said, see, there are no free rides. We get a free room and a jet ride, and this is what we have to do all weekend long. We're gonna be taking pictures with all these employees, and that's what's gonna happen. See, and then I look out and I start to see, you know, celebrity faces, and I thought, what are they doing here? I swear to you, up to the last minute, I thought, what are they doing here? And then I got it. When Barbara and Oprah came, I thought I had died. They came kind of wistfully coming to me. I said, oh, I died, and this is what happens after you die.
Yeah. You go to Mexico with celebrities.
Exactly.
So like Carly Simon sang to you. It's amazing.
Well, okay. The first night, Natalie Cole and Jose Feliciano started the entertainment, and that was awesome. But the next night, it was kind of like This Is Your Life, you know, because Carly and I are old friends, and her son Ben and her sang some songs and dedicated them to me, and I started to cry, of course, and then it got worse. And then Tony Bennett sang Fly Me to the Moon, and then I can't even remember the lineup, it was so awesome. But by the end, when Tom Cruise brought out the birthday cake and Barbara Streisand sang Happy Birthday, I started to sob.
Yeah.
The snot was drooling down. And none of those pictures are available.
Yeah.
It was so unappealing.
They won't be framed, those pictures.
They will not be framed. But it looks something like this.
Oh,
But it was a marvelous and amazing thing.
Oh,
and it would take about 3 hours to go through all the details.
Yeah.
So, but that's a little nutshell.
That's pretty amazing that she planned that for 1 year and kept it a secret.
It was something. It was as stressful as I had imagined it would have been if I had been part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I wasn't part of planning that.
Yeah, I'm glad. She's glad that and now you have to, what do you feel? Do you feel pressure that you have to do something huge for her?
Yeah, I'm going to rent out Buckingham Palace and have Prince Charles sing Happy Birthday to her.
When is her birthday?
Well, she won't be 50 for 10 years, so.
No, not 50. Oh, just because you, but still, don't you feel like you should do something?
Well, I have a pretty big birthday for her anyway, every year. But I think it was a milestone for me. And
Yeah.
I still may be dead, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're not.
Everything's been perfect since then, so.
So, okay, so this also, your life it's good. It's a good life. And I know you had some time there that a lot was, you really appreciate everything now.
Well, hey, you make all our lives better, and I'll tell you why. Even John Travolta, that's true, isn't it? I had a bad day, you know, and I was looking, thumbing through the television, and nothing was entertaining me, nothing. And I thought, is it possible that nothing can impinge on me anymore? And then you appear, and you start to make me giggle. And then you start to make me laugh, and suddenly I'm crying with laughter. And I said, no, I am alive, because Ellen has just proven that I can be affected.
Oh.
And you brought me out of the doldrums that day.
Well, thank you.
And I think you do that for everybody every day.
Well, this is the beginning of my random act of kindness. I hope so. I mean, you know, and that's what you make everyone feel like that. I mean, everyone adores you. And I want to start with this because we have to go to commercial, but I don't know if everyone has seen Architectural Digest with, this was last month. I couldn't believe this picture. This is you and Kelly at home. And then in the background, there's a little jet parked in the carport. Just under. All right, so we're gonna go to commercial, and I want you to, because the pictures are incredible, that you just pull right up. You just pull right up underneath. And, honey, I'm home. Come on in for dinner. All right, we'll be right back right after this. That was such a great movie. Don't you? Have you seen it recently? Do you watch it ever again? It was such a good movie.
Yeah, I'll catch it on television once in a while. I like the R version of it, though. I don't like the PG version.
I don't. What's?
Well, the R version was, of course, with all the language, which in New York was natural. It was you emphasized things with it.
Right.
But when they did the dub-in PG version, I didn't care for it. It wasn't as real to me.
Oh yeah, that's really hard when they do that. For the airplane versions.
Yes.
Yeah. You darn fool, and you can see the mouth is saying, that's not what he said. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like watching The Sopranos on the airplane one day going, that's not at all right. So anyway, let's talk about this. First of all, thank you for bringing disco back. I love that time for me is like, and we all, I think, associate you with that. So thank you to you for being
My
around.
pleasure.
It will never leave because of you. And what the finger in the air? Did someone choreograph that, or did you start that?
It was a last thought. The photographer literally said, you know, we did 6-day weeks, 18-hour days. It was exhausting. And the guy said, do you have any other ideas? And I said, okay, in a stupor. I said, how about this? And he clicked it. That's true.
Wow.
It was the last shot.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
And I didn't even know what it meant. I mean, you could see that I was delirious.
Yeah.
Because what does this mean?
Well.
You see what I mean? And people think it meant from going from here to here.
Yes.
But the dance step wasn't necessarily up here. It was out here and to the side. But
Yeah, but that posture was that was impressive. Look at that.
Well, but again, it was more like a matador.
Yes.
I suddenly became very Spanish and became a matador. you
Right.
see.
Yeah. That's exactly how I hail taxis. Taxi! Like that. So, and if they don't stop for a while, I look good. So, all right, so let's talk about this because I know your passion is flying and the house that you have in Florida, we can have it on the looky-loo here because we still stored it. There's a carport. You just pull right up into your, now, do you sleep with those big headphones on so that you can't,
No,
wait.
it's very simple. Of course, this dream was created in the 60s when I was little. Because when I was little, everyone, according to the Jetsons, was going to have like a little, airplane or jet in their apartment, their house, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I created this dream that one day I thought I would like to build a house around aircraft. Mm-hmm. And of course, very few people were doing it at this level. So,
Well, how many people here have that? Not a lot.
so I decided that it was the 21st century and that I should be innovative and be forward and do something that I promised myself in the 60s would happen, and because no one else was doing it. So there's my promise to myself.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't even see a car there. Do you just fly everywhere?
No,
It's like to the store?
Cars are in the front of the house. See.
I didn't see. Oh,
Well,
the vintage
yes,
cars.
the
You
vintage.
have the really cool, right?
Oh yeah, there's no other cars to have but 50s cars.
What do you have? What's your favorite car?
I love the T-Bird series, the 55, 6, and 7 T-Bird.
That's
Oh,
nice.
yeah. Let me see, there's the
Oh yeah,
where the cars
that's
come in.
great. That's great. So is that mainly your? And how many other people live in this area?
Well, we're the only family there right now, but there'll be other families. I'm hoping that you'll move in with your plane.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a plane yet, but the closest I came to this is I slept at LAX once over a sleepover. I had a layover and I slept there, and it.
But you rented a Hawker.
Yeah.
I heard about that for
Yes,
your tour.
I have for the tour. I flew in a small little Hawker.
Yeah, but
1000.
it's a lovely jet, and it's a big jet too. But you could move there, and it could be in the backyard when you rent it.
Well, I should just try it out at your house first.
Why don't
I mean, I
you?
should just stay there and see how
You
it
could.
goes.
You should.
All right,
You
well-
should do your shows from there.
Okay.
Now there's an idea.
All right. We have to take one more break, and then we'll be right back.
Jackie
right after
Gleason
that.
did it.
You wouldn't be wooing like that if you knew what he did to her after that. That looks really good.
It's an awesome movie.
All right, so okay, so you're a bad. Tell us what this movie is. You're a bad guy in this.
I'm a fish that has short-term memory.
No, that's mine.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
okay. Okay,
I've never heard of such a movie. Tell me about it.
I'm a gangster with short-term memory. Okay, I'm a wannabe blue blood in this movie, and he's all about bad money, but he thinks he's about good stuff. And the Punisher, well, without getting too much detail, my wife, who you saw me be kind of mean to, asked me to wipe out his family. And in turn, because the Punisher killed my son, so it's a revenge movie, but it's a comic movie, and it's hilarious.
Oh, it seems funny.
But in that scene, I think she has betrayed me because the Punisher has cleverly set up this web of lies, much like my wife did for my birthday party. And so, typical stuff. And that was a scene where I'm just showing her how I feel about the betrayal.
Yeah. You were very upset.
Very.
Yeah. And she won't forget it.
She won't forget
Yeah.
it.
All right. So, well, it looks really good. It looks
It's
really
good.
good.
Thank
And I just have to ask you before you leave. I read something, and you never know if these things are true or not. That you wear your underwear inside out because you don't want to
do.
get scratched by a label.
Well, I mean, I think it's a U.S. issue right now, is the whole label thing bothering the skin. So I've solved it by wearing. Well, your underwear don't need labels.
Yeah.
I mean, don't need. You see, your label is.
It's just
It's just there.
It's not
So
a label.
I just wear your underwear now.
Fantastic.
And
They're
it's
soft.
easy.
You'll like
and
them.
it's soft.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're really soft.
At Target.
Yeah. We realized that was an issue that the government had not been addressing, and so we went ahead and we're taking care of it on our own.
But really, how many people? I mean, the tag thing is a pain.
I
in the
cut
ass,
tags
isn't
out of every single thing I wear.
it? It is. It's awful.
But is it everything or just underwear?
It's everything.
Yeah, me too.
Shirts, everything.
Me too. I take, and that's and then there are places, certain designers that they put the label on the outside.
Yes, and then that becomes a whole other thing.
Yeah.
However, did you ever buy a piece of clothing where you take the tag off and it all falls apart?
Yes.
What's that about?
Yeah, you cut a little too close to the seam, and the
Yes.
whole thing unravels.
And the more expensive the designer, the more they do that.
Yeah, they do that on purpose. You have to buy another
Yes.
one. All right, I loved you being here, and I loved talking to you, and come back anytime. And The Punisher is in theaters now.
Thank you.
Finally coming true. Let's hear it one more time for John Travolta.